Good morning, good day to you, as usual, wherever and whenever. You listen to a series of knowledge seekers programs from Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. We are back here again, testing our knowledge and knowledge of creation. And in so many ways, we come to understand a little bit more every time we meet, more about ourselves, more about how us as an energy system lives within another structure. Mankind has always had a dilemma seeing itself as part of a structure which is already established, and he's just another piece of puzzle, another piece of jigsaw in a puzzle of the creation. Something which is rather important for us as knowledge seekers to understand is the fact that as we start connecting other parts of the technology of creation in the past few weeks, we have to understand the part of the whole structure, which is us, which is within us. And interesting enough, we are the only, what I call, plasmatic system which is portable, and it makes its own decision in so many ways. The rest are set and dictated by the others. What does this mean? This is the center of our galaxy, center of our universe. It has created the fields over time. It has led to creation of what we call galaxies, which is collection of many cells. We call them solar systems, stars. And these in themselves, as a star system, again create a fixed dimension. None of these entities inside or outside of a galaxy or inside a galaxy or a solar system has a control. They're created by a fixed pattern of magnetic field interaction. Each one of them has its own central plasma, which fixes everything else to it. And it's fixed. They rotate, they cannot jump. And interesting enough, down the line comes the soul of the man, which, in a way, controlled by the what we call emotion of the man. And the only system we know in the universe, not just a man, but created entities, created lives in the universe, which don't follow the pattern. And they create a chaos. And the problem with this is we cannot change rapidly the condition of the structure of the central universe, central line. We cannot change so rapidly the structure of the galaxies or the stars. They cannot avoid each other. The set fields interact, they have to follow. The only thing is, the man or created beings doesn't follow this principle of motion. It has been given another piece, which we call it the spirit, we call it the sort of physicality, which dictates the motion and manifestation of physicality of the entity. The stars, galaxies, universes don't cry, don't kick, don't fall in love. But this entity, this plasma in the center of the every living thing, be the man, the plant, the animal, the creatures in the universe, has that possibility. Doesn't follow the rules of what we call fixed motion. And this is where man, at this moment of time, sees itself different and cannot find, cannot understand, has not managed to see the line of connection between its creation point and itself. And it's seeing itself separated from. It sees itself as something on its own and a king of his planet and the rest of it. If man comes to understand and values its energy center, what we call the soul of the man, the central power point, which is common denominator with all the celestial objects, be it unicorns, the universe, the galaxies, the stars, the planetary system, then he finds out he is an oddity. And in a way, this oddity has and creates two dimensions of life. The soul of the man is free, jumps up, goes up the plane, it comes down in the valleys, swims, eats, sleeps, and it continuously interacts with the totality of the fields of the universe, because it's not finished just being born and being there. As we said last time, man is the only creature which moves the 180 degrees in all dimensions, and the interaction of different fields gives it intelligence. This is according to all the created dynamic structures at the bottom of the line. So we not only interact with the fields of our own emotion, our own soul of physicality, our own soul, but at these motions of jumping, eating, sleeping, whatever we do, we continuously interact with the fields of the universe through cosmic rays. What we call rays which are created through the interaction of the fields of the creator in addition, separation, division, coming together, and the rest of it. In a paper to be released very shortly called what we call the cosmic ray, and the work of the what we call universe, the origin of cosmic rays, and how they create the conditions. We go in a much deeper way to show, confirm their existence, and how the knowledge has been across your knowledge seekers without knowing. In a way, it brings you to concentrate. The paper, as I explained before, will be one of the most fundamental papers since the paper of creation of black hole. It's the opening to the knowledge of new science. What's been there, but we never understood, and we made a lot of fallacies around it the way we did with the black hole. I consider this paper as one of the most fundamental scientific papers ever will be produced, will change the course of humanity on the science, and with it will bring the lasting peace. What we understand with this is that we call it a cosmic ray. We do something there, it becomes something, means God knows, something, somewhere, radiation. We try to catch it as whatever rays in the depth of the oceans and mines and the rest of it. But we never considered ourselves, our soul, which is another plasma, which is like the center of the solar system, sun, still receives these cosmic rays, still interacts with it. This is where the 80% of the energy we need for daily use comes from. The biggest mistake man has made, he thinks that he only uses energy of the food, solid animals, plants we eat for his daily need. But you have to understand that soul, that central energy, still consumes energy, still needs connection, it needs to get rid of its surplus. In the dimension of physicality, we have kidneys, bladder, intestines to take and get rid of. In the dimension of the soul, because of the high energy levels, it does it by itself through magnetic gravitational field using the cosmic rays. In a way, the cosmic rays are our connection with the rest of the universe. Without it, we cannot dispose of what we don't need, and without it, we cannot exist, not to get what we need to sustain that soul. It doesn't come from the animals we consume and the rest, but connects to it. The soul of physicality of the man is a connection of the fields of the planetary system with the physical dimension of the man in the energy level, and the soul of the man is a connection of the whole of that with the universe. But it carries, due to the manifestation of the connection to the inertia matter state, emotion. But as our soul of physicality dictates by the emotion, our soul dictates by emotion, the soul of the man, when becomes part of the structure of universe, transfers this emotion across the universe. This is why we have to take the essence of the killing out of the man. That as man has been in the dust few milliseconds and microseconds of the life of the universe, is got to be corrected, is a bad seed. It's a seed which, if it's cleaned up and looked after, it'll be the most beautiful seed in the universe. Becomes essence of knowledge, emotion, brings what they call the love of the Mitra to creator. No dimension in the structure of what we see from the galaxy to creation of the rest ever showed the creator the emotion. Never showed the creator how he feels. When we bring that into account, then the emotion becomes part of the structure of the creation to the creator. Does not need dimension of physicality. All it needs is the dimension of fields. In a way, as I said to one of my children once, the God became emotional when he got in touch with the race of the man. Otherwise, the rest of the things he created was simple, mechanical, fields interact, and they create. But the only thing this chap did not calculate was very simple. He will get touched by that emotion. In the language of the man, emotion is mitra. In a way, you build the engine, you build the computer, and then you have to put that energy into it to show its beauty, how it operates, and what that mechanical system manifests itself to do. And the only thing you do not calculate that a few digits and a few chips gives you a computer which talks to you and then enlightens you. This is the part which the creator never took into account. In the dimension of lowering the strength across the universe to certain levels, the time will come that the emotion will bring that, what we call, factor, which was not considered in the total physicality of the creation of the universe by the Creator. And this is what we call in the language of the man emotion, the mitra, the love, the giving. And that is what we see, what we have to learn, what will come across in the world of the science of the universe. In a way, cosmic rays led to the creation of physicality, but in the lower strength, the way we saw the lower strength became galaxies, and the lower strength became the solar system, the lower system became the planet Earth, and then the lower system, which created a dynamic plasma. We call it the cell of the man, even though we touch it to be physical, created the interaction with a higher order, which is the soul of the man, and the outcome became the emotion, which that emotion touched the Creator. That's the apple which changed the system. The Adam is the Creator, and the Eve is a Mitra. And that apple is the apple of emotion, which Creator never understood that it can come to it. And this is why Creator loves the planet Earth, because it brought a factor into it. In my work, in my teachings, in the industrial side of the Keshe Foundation, we explain the microchips with emotion, which is about to come into the industry world. You have the chips, we created it, we had the silicon, we made the chips, we became computerized, think faster, but without emotion. Now that we understand even emotion has a field strength and we can build it into the chips of the future in the dynamic structure, we can create system with emotion, your AI with emotion, not just finding answers. This is the trap which the Creator got himself into it. He created the chip, he created the computer, everything was systematic. You do this, you end up with galaxies, you have the solar system. The only thing which wasn't calculated, somewhere the field of strength will interact and creates an emotion. And that emotion, in line of production of the system of universe, has touched the Creator. This is why love is part of the beauty of this planet, because it comes as an emotion of giving. This is what the prophet of the past could not explain. We hid it on the name of Adam, Eve, Apple, and the rest of it. But understanding the truth, that's where we stand. This is what he had a bite of. This is what needs to be corrected, that when this emotion is pure and it goes on giving line, not killing line, becomes not only a beautiful planet, but it becomes a beautiful universe. Would it feed this emotion? Would this strength field given as a gift by man to the universe bring that change in the planetary system? Would our suns cry? Would our galaxies understand the interaction of the fields with emotion? Would our Creator, that has been touched by these fields of the interaction of the lower dynamic systems called love, caring, has become part of His, because I have led to the creation of, so I am the creator of, I'm the owner of. And this is what we say, God has thousands of emotions. Emotions we never understood, but now he had time to perfect it across the universe, but now he has to show the universe where it came from. Where is the seed of what he's trying to promote as a universal system of operation? Is the beauty which comes from man, the loving, the caring, the dimension of understanding the totality. And this is what us as a being in the physical body of the planet, the way the structure of the tilt of this planet, the way the structure of mixture of materials have come together, coincidentally has led to creation of a structure we call amino acid. Within it, with the interaction of it, has led to creation of emotion. Man soon will understand what emotion planes once become the man of universe, we don't see emotion so commonly across other creatures of the universe. Everything is systematic, but with intelligence. Man introduces the dimension of emotion to the universe. It has introduced it for thousands of years, which is a fraction of the second of the time of the creation of this universe. Now you understand why we have to kill, the essence of the killing within the man, that we can show what has been created through cosmic rays to become the man which feeds it every day, becomes part of the structure of the universe and the universe, and become the symbol of ever giving, understanding what we call love. In a way, the Creator got touched by what He created, but it was not expected. In so many ways, mankind has no choice. We made it walking, we made it thinking, we made it to evolve, and in this process of evolution, we learned a lot that we can challenge even the Creator with our emotion. We brought it, we as a structure of the dynamic plasma, told the Creator what it means to create with control, with dimension of I decide where to move, how to move, I decide to show it love, I decide to show it anger, I decide to show it the beauty. And this is where, when man understands this, then man becomes the creator of the emotion in the dimension of the creation. And now might man understand why it's so influential. When you come across the man of universe, you will see what I call orphans. For an orphan to understand the love of the father and the mother is not never been there, it doesn't exist. But it sees parents cuddling the children, but I have no emotion because nobody ever cuddled me. And now we have cuddled the emotion of the Creator with the love, with the emotion of love. What I teach you today is not something new. Go back to the first teachings with Dr. Elia Kostova. We went through every cell of the man, every organ of the man in the teaching of the medical application. And every time she presented the scientific side of the technology of the creation of the physicality of the man, we presented the what we call universal science, and always was there emotion. The emotion is what separates man from the rest of the structure of the universe. Stars don't cry. Stars don't cuddle, don't kiss. Stars don't generate purposely on time and a place. Everything is a process set, and the interaction would lead to man through the dimension. Coincidentally, by the tilt of this planet and the position of it, has created a dimension with emotion. A man will realize this when he meets other created things in the universe. Emotion, especially in the level of the love of the man, is the exclusivity and beauty of this planet. They see life in a way as it is. Man will, when travel and teaches emotion to the other created things of the universe, will touch the universe. They produce, they interact, but the love only comes to those races who have come in touch with the man in the past times. and they have built it into their system. It's like we go on back and say the origin of the man came from Central East Africa. When you travel the span of the universe, they tell you the love, the emotion of caring comes from planet Earth. It's the way the structure is set. It's the way it seats. We are part of the structure of universality in a way when we say, I teach and I teach the whole universe through the dimension of emotion of the information that what has man has created and brought back. But in a way, what the creator says is very simple. I cannot take a beautiful flower out when it's got such a thorn as a killing attached to it. When you go to a flower shop, when you cut a rose from its plant and you want to give that to your lover, you take the thorns out, that the lover enjoys the beauty, not the fear of the damage by the thorns of the rose. I know that feeling. Every day I cut a rose. The first thing I did, I took the thorns out, that the lover that receives it just see the beauty and no worries about it might hurt. I planted many roses that every day there is a rose I can cut. And this is the way, is the work of the Creator. This is what we need to bring in. This is what we need to understand. That what we create, what we understand as cosmic rays, in essence, is the connection of us with the rest of the universe, where the food connects us to this planet. We walk, we show our love, we care, and at the same time, this dimension, through the cosmic rays, transfers that love and care to the rest of the universe. We have become the seed of love. And once we understand this, we understand that we even touch the emotion, we created emotion for the Creator to understand what it means. Otherwise, when you look at the structure of the universe, it's just mechanical system, interaction of cosmic rays, and in certain ways, if they interact, it leads to the creation of galaxies. If they interact in certain ways, with the creation of the solar system. If they interact in another way, within themselves, they create their stars of themselves, and the planetary system, and the moons, and then what? In the case of the earth, is the creator of love, emotion. And once we understand this, we become part of the structure of the neurosystem of the universe. But this flower, this rose needs to be cleaned of its thorns, and that time is near. We will see a massive war taking shape for the last time to clean up, to bring all to an end, where the beginning will come. The phoenix will rise through the love of man for caring for man, and the knowledge of the Keshe Foundation. The knowledge we brought on the name of the Keshe Foundation will be that peace water. This is that what we call the phoenix, which rises across the, amongst the ashes of the man's last time attempt to influence the king. Soon you will understand when the whole structure comes into operation. We are not talking about long time to wait. We're talking about this very short time. You will see the end of and beginning of a new life. In a way, in a paper published on the name of the cosmic rays in the next few days, will show the path, will show the direction, and will bring that change for humanity to be. We will not have values for the gold, we will not have values for everything we valued, but we value the dimension of the emotion that we carry within us, which superpasses and connects us directly to the Creator. This is the time when Mitra gets touch with his Creator, and the love of the creation will change the universe and the universe. These are not dreams, they are not philosophical talks. You soon understand. You've seen step by step of it. Now you see the end of the phoenix will fly. The phoenix of peace, love will emerge amongst men after the final dust settles in a short time. You ask us, how do we know? Because we said it so. You got to understand, everything else prior to the birth of the man has been mechanical system, has been the computer structure of interaction of the fields, which has led to this. And now we are turning the engine, we are feeding the fuel into it, and then we see the operation of it. But we are all connected in the what we call magnetic fields within the earth and within us as a plasma, and we are connected to the rest through what we call the cosmic rays. The energies which led to our creation, the energies which led to what we call dimension of emotion. I always said, and maybe now those who have heard it will understand. In the past teachings, I explained that the rays of the Creator shines on galaxies. And if we are on the way of being in this direction, we'll see the light of the Creator on galaxies. On galaxies lights in the center, lines and shines on the star. Coming again at the same time, the cosmic rays, which we cause from cosmos, from our Creator. And then we see two lights. We see the light of the central galaxy, and there is another light which interacts with this center or with the star, which is from the cosmic rays. So we see two lights on every object. And this has led to the sun. And this sun, which is the soul of the man, gets two lights and shines in two ways. One from the dimension of the field strength of the Creator, which is seen by the universe, and one by the physicality of the man, which see as what we are in a dimension of our physical dimension. When you become educated, when you understand this, when you work on the level of the fields of the universe, then you will see the light of the soul of the man and not the physicality of the man. Where this light comes from the interaction of the cosmic rays, the strength of the interaction with the soul of the man. And this light shows you the strength of the emotion of the man, the truth. It's very much like when you stand in any position. You have the sun shining on you and you see your beauty, but on the back of you is a darkness, what we call the shadow. We carry two lights, one the light of the environment and one from the light of what shines on us. And it's the same with the soul of the man, it's the same with every galaxy, it's the same with every sun. We see two different dimensions of the light, which is a natural interaction of the fields of any magnetical system. This is what you look for. This is what we see, the truth about the souls we come across. How the soul shines in interaction with the fields of the universe. How we see this light and where we stand as observer. You always thought that the light, the day, the light comes only from the sun. That's the physical dimension of what created us. But at the same time, the interaction of the fields of the universe through cosmic rays shining on our, interacting with our soul, creates the light of the soul of the man. Many times we hear people who say, going through the process of death, that they went through the lights. This is the light they see. They interact. The soul of physicality as an energy and the soul of the man with this, what we call the lights, the cosmic rays, which interacts with it, which has been feeding it all the time, but because we look through the eye of physicality, we never see. Now that we come dimension of the soul of physicality as a plasma, we see the interaction because we interact with it. We are part of it. Then we look for the light of the soul in interaction with the cosmic rays. Some could be directly from the source, which is from the creator. And that source, by law of the physics of the plasma, but it comes, it has to have a feedback. In this soul, we have emotion. With that, we have shown the creator the emotion, the mitra, and the app. As I said, the Adam is the creator, but those days man could not understand. If the world of science understands this knowledge, the knowledge of the light of the soul in interaction with what we call fields of the universe as cosmic rays, and understand the interaction of the fields in full, man will be enlightened to the knowledge of the universe instantaneously. Because then you interact with energy and not physicality of the creation. Then it makes sense when we speak about you can travel the span of the universe instantaneously. You go on a spaceship, and according to our science of today, 10,000 years, we spend 7 months to get to the Mars, and we spend so many days to get to the moon because we chose the physical path. Or we understand the light of the soul and the shine where the light comes from, and we travel dimension of the fields of the universe through cosmic rays, and we are there instantaneously. And many of you have been through this, through the sessions of the Keshe Foundation on Friday. So when you came to Linz and you went through the system, you didn't dream, you traveled, you made a journey on this line. Lack of the trust, lack of understanding about the creation of the central soul of the man has led man to denying its own existence, its own emotion, its own beauty. I made man in the image of myself, in the dimension of interaction of the fields, but man made my image with the dimension and interaction of the emotion. Now you understand that bending and getting up and standing up and sitting down, which brought intelligence to the man in diversity of life on this planet, has brought the same changes to the soul of the man and its interaction with the universe. Man looked at his physicality, and the soul looked at his position and emotion and its totality in the work of the universe. If man understands this, and if man detaches itself but enjoys the physicality and emotion of the love, there shall be no war. Man will not even think about it. You got to understand, in the past times, man as a mankind, has had many encounters with what we call passengers of the universe. They don't come here for the water and rare earth materials. They come here to be touched with the emotion of the love which man possesses. We make journeys taking months and days to get to our lover, to taste the dimension of the field of the emotion together. They travel to the span of this planet to feel what love means. We go to another country and we go back home and we talk about the beauty, what we see. Passengers of the universe come to planet Earth to learn about the emotion of love, giving unconditionally what man translates as to love. And that's important and that's crucial for the man to understand is that when he gives the rose of love to his lover, to a newcomer, there's no thorns of killing in it, that he hurts, changes another life, another dimension. I made man in the image of myself, but man showed me the image of love. One gave, one learned, one took and enjoyed. If men understand this, we have lived in the dimension of becoming universal passengers, universal travelers, where we become the ambassadors of love and peace and killing and power, which is, in a way, has been part of the growth, growing up, part of understanding the totality of emotions for man itself. Try to understand this and try to look through the soul of physicality for the light of the soul from the dimension of the what we call cosmic rays. And if you find a specific light, which you will know, you understand, that light is directly connects you to the Creator. That's the way He shines. And He shines in all. Understand today's teaching. And then you understand what is brought, what will bring, and what changes man can expect in the coming days and weeks and months. We go for a break, come back, and I hope you understood the purpose of man in this universe and why it's so precious.